Guys, so we're gonna get into the comparison between both the LG Tribute 5, the Galaxy J3, the most current devices released on Boost Mobile right now, and most people are just they wanted to know which one to get. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys pretty much about both these devices and how they stack up against each other, and hopefully this will help you guys um, be able to make a decision between either device. So, without further ado, let's jump in it. I have both devices in front of me right now. I have the Samsung Galaxy J3 off to my left. I have the LG Tribute 5 off to my right. Let me go ahead and unlock the screen here. Keep that in airplane mode real quick and close out some background information. Let's see. Let's put the brightness up all the way on both these devices so you guys can kind of see how they are on full brightness. And there we go. So, Samsung Galaxy J3. Specs for the J3 is it has 16 gigs of onboard storage. It has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. Has a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera, a 2600 milliamp hour battery, no NFC. It is running 5.1.1 Lollipop and the latest version of TouchWiz. The device has a 5-inch display, 720p HD, resolution at 720 by 1280 at I believe it's 294 pixels per inch, if I'm not mistaken. It's running the Snapdragon 410 quad-core processor clocked at 1.2 gigahertz. So that is the specs for the J3. For the LG Tribute 5, this device has 8 gigs of internal storage, 1 gig of RAM. This device has a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera. It has the 1.1 gigahertz quad-core processor. It's the Snapdragon 210. It is running 5.1.1 Lollipop as well. Has a 5-inch display. Resolution it is, I believe it's 480 by 854. That's 196 or so pixels per inch. Can't remember that part. But yeah, low resolution display, no 720p HD. Does have a removable battery, 2125 milliamp hour battery removable, expandable storage on this device. The J3's expandable storage is up to 128 gigabyte SD card, and for the Tribute 5, I believe it's 32 gigabytes. But you could possibly put a 64 gigabyte in there. Now, between the two, it really boils down to the UI, the experience. Okay, both of these devices, the LG UX, UI, and then you have TouchWiz. They're not too far apart from each other. Pretty similar in some ways. As a matter of fact, LG's UI kind of looks like an older version of TouchWiz. And so, I mean, it's not really a bad thing. Some people will say it's like a copycat thing, but hey, you know what? To each his own. One beneficial thing that you guys may love about devices is that everyone loves to customize a device. And so, with Samsung, you can go ahead and download themes. There's a theme store that if you go to it, there's like tons of themes that you can get. You guys can see there's themes for Valentine's. There's gold themes, so if you want to have a theme applied to your phone that will kind of go along with the body style of the phone being, black and gold, you could do that. Or you can get a Valentine's Day theme, for something to show you're in the spirit of love this month. Now, Samsung recently released, not Samsung, but LG, sorry, recently released this, and that is the LG Smart World. The G Stylo, the Vault 2 does not have this. I believe the LG G4 has this, I'm not sure. But it kind of does the same thing here too. You guys can see you got customizations, and when you look at it, you have fonts and home themes. So let's go to home themes real quick. Let's rewake the screen for the Samsung here. And here you go. You got like top free, and you get all the newest home themes right here. For me, Samsung is a little bit more polished off. I mean, as far as giving you, just the rundowns on like stuff that's out of this world and zodiac signs. I mean, like they pretty much break it all up. And LG kind of does that too. I mean, if you go back to um, see what's new, which is LG's homepage for this. I'll give it a second to load here, but well, this is taking a minute. My Wi-Fi is probably acting slow. Come on, let's back out. There we go. You kind of get the same thing right here. So I mean, they do kind of like give you like the ups and downs of like different. You guys can see right here, best fonts, best wallpapers, best keyboard themes. You can actually theme the keyboard. With Samsung, the keyboard theme is already in the theme pack, so there's no like downloading a separate one, which could also kind of be a bummer if you're a person that likes to customize a device like individually, piece by piece. You really can't do that with Samsung because the keyboard theme is built into the theme pack. So, and of course you get like your different ones like cute, simple, colorful, pastel. You guys get the point. But on the LG Smart World, it gives you a little bit more. I mean, you do get like some information, like right here, the LG V10, and it's got a little commercial for it. So they do advertise things. They have stuff here like if you love pets. There's all kinds of stuff. That's like the home. If you go to top over here, wait for this to load real quick. But these are like the top, things downloaded, like Clean Master, something that's downloaded on a lot of LG devices. So it's sitting right there. You can easily get to it. Of course, the stock LG home theme is there. You got a couple other themes right here, some wallpapers. So they kind of mix it up with like, the top themes, top keyboard themes, top applications right there, accessible for you guys. And then you got a list here for like all the new stuff in the LG Smart World, which is kind of cool. So people are building themes every day for either the keyboard or for the actual UI, and so you really don't. What they both do, which is pretty awesome, is that you don't have to rely on a third-party launcher unless you're someone who loves third-party launchers and not the stock launchers that come with the device. They really do, make it easier for people to really just enjoy the stock launcher that comes with the device. So you don't really have to download a third-party launcher, which is going to take up some of your internal storage just to have a decent experience with the smartphone. Let's turn the screens off really quick. Now, the difference between the two and how they feel. The J3 feels nice. Of course, it's Samsung. It's plastic. Now, I'm not saying that the Tribute 5 is not plastic at all whatsoever. It is. But it feels a little bit more premium. The glass just feels a little bit more premium. And two, I love the way how they rounded off the edge of the glass over here of the screen. That way you get that nice slim feel to it. I mean, if you turn it to the side, it does kind of have like the slim look to it. It does. It's not thick, but I mean, of course, it starts off thin and then it gets thicker as you go more in on the back or on the front of the screen. But I really have to say, like, between both these devices, they're actually quite great. But the Tribute 5 feels a little more premium than the J3. They are not exactly the same height as the Tribute 5 is a little bit taller and wider than the J3. Battery life between the two, I can honestly say they're a little bit similar. Yes, the Tribute 5 has a 2125 milliamp hour battery, but it doesn't have a higher resolution display to actually push like the J3 has 720p HD. So, I mean, of course, there's a lot that it's got to push on that screen. It's not a 4K screen, so 2600 milliamps should suffice with the J3. But with the Tribute 5 having a 2125 milliamp hour battery, if it did have 720p display, the battery would die quicker. So the fact that it actually has a low resolution display is actually working out in favor. And that's kind of like the same thing with the LG Vault Original. It has a low resolution display, so the 3000 milliamp hour battery on that phone lasted a lot. So 2125 is not going to be like a really bad thing. Sure, you're probably not going to get 10 hours with extremely heavy use. But if you're a person that, just does text messaging, phone calls, checks Facebook here and there, relies on your calendar to remind you about events and things like that, Tribute 5 is just going to perform just fine. With the cameras between both devices take really good pictures. However, the Tribute 5 trumps in the camera department with a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, actually doing really good. Outdoor. Indoor, it kind of suffers a little bit with the front-facing camera, but the rear camera takes really, really excellent photos and videos. So if you're a person who really likes to take pictures, the Tribute 5 is actually better in this department. It does have a better camera sensors and image processing. The J3 is no slouch though. It does take really good pictures as well. Just compare between both of them, the Tribute 5 does kind of do a little better. One thing that LG did take into consideration is putting the 3.5mm headphone jack at the bottom. Now, some people like that. Really, it's all about what you like in a smartphone. You know, some people will prefer to have it on top, like on the J3. Some would like it on the bottom, like the Tribute 5. If it's on the bottom, people might call it an Apple copycat. Who knows? But, I mean, really, it's all about preference, too. Both use micro USB, so both of them are not using the newest version, which is USB Type-C. They don't use that. As far as that, the rest of the stuff in comparison, they both run 5.1.1 Lollipop. There's not much of a difference between them. Both phones run excellently well. They can be used as secondary phones, the backup phone. If you're going to use them as a primary phone, your daily driver, they make great phones for that option. Sure, you suffer a little bit with the Tribute 5 only having 8 gigabytes of internal storage, so that's about, I think it was 4.2 gigabytes usable, compared to the J3 that has 16 gigs of onboard storage, which 10.45 gigabytes is usable. But both of these devices here are expected to most likely get Android Marshmallow, and if that happens, hopefully the Tribute 5 has the version to do adoptable storage, and then you can increase the storage on the Tribute 5. You can also be able to do the same with the Galaxy J3. So yeah, really both great devices. Okay, the J3 going right now on sale on the website for $149.99. The Tribute 5 going on sale for, I believe it's $84.99 or something like that, close enough to that online right now. They have a promotional discount on the website, and if you get it in store with an in-store upgrade promo, $49.99 for the Tribute 5. And I believe this device, the J3, I'm not sure. I never heard anything about it having a promotional discount in store. But if any of you guys know that, you guys can leave that in the comment section of this video. So anyways, guys, that's just my quick comparison between the Samsung Galaxy J3 and the LG Tribute 5. Hopefully this will help you kind of like help make a decision if you're deciding between either two devices, which one you would like to get. And if you guys found this video to be helpful and informative, please let me know by leaving me that thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Click that subscribe button somewhere over there on the mobile app. Or actually that way. Yeah, that way. So that's it, guys. Thanks for checking out my comparison video, and you guys have a great week.